Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Pod. My name is Marco.
My name is Catherine, and today we have an elementary level lesson in which we're going to talk about small talk.
That's right. Today we're going to talk to an old friend, and so we're going to give you some of the words and phrases you need to talk about your past or talk about how you have been.
So let's listen to today's dialogue, and we'll be back in a moment to discuss it.
I hate coming to high school reunions.
It'll be great, honey. We will get to see your old classmates and catch up to see how they've been doing.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, look. There's Robert Matthews. Rob!
Hey, Bill. Wow. Great to see you.
Likewise, it's been a long time. This is my wife, Dorothy.
Pleasure to meet you. So, Bill, how have you been?
Can't complain. We have 2 children who are in college, and my business is going well. How about you?
You know me. I'm a dedicated bachelor. I never married, although I do have a beautiful daughter with Mary. You remember her. We were high school sweethearts. It didn't really work out between us, but I really can't complain either.
That's good. Have you seen Frank? I was hoping he would come tonight.
You didn't hear? Frank passed away last year.
Are you serious?
Nah, I'm just janking your chain. He'll be here soon. I saw him last week. He told me he would show up. All right, we're back. So now let's get started with our language takeaway.
Language takeaway.
The first phrase we have here in language takeaway is a very important one because it is the setting for today's dialogue. We are at a high school reunion.
That's right. So everyone knows what high school is, but a high school reunion is when you go back to your high school for a party, maybe 5 years or 10 years after you graduate. So then you meet all your old friends from high school. You talk about, how you have been and just meet up with everyone that maybe you haven't seen in a very long time.
Exactly. So a reunion usually happens every 5 years, 10 years, or 20 years. It can happen at different times, but this is important because you can have many different kinds of reunions, like a college reunion or a high school reunion. I've even heard of some people who had an elementary school reunion.
Really? Wow. Imagine seeing your classmates when you were maybe 10 years old.
I couldn't imagine it.
All right, so we're at a high school reunion, and we are there because we're going to meet our old classmates and to catch up and see how they have been.
Okay, so this is exactly what you do at a reunion. You catch up with people that you maybe lost touch with. To catch up means to find out about what people have been doing since the last time you talked. So maybe
Right.
Marco and I were classmates in high school and we haven't talked in 10 years. I say, Marco, I want to catch up. I want to learn about what you do, who you married, where
Right.
you work, things like that.
Right, so when 2 people get together to catch up, maybe it doesn't even have to be a very long time. Maybe you haven't seen your friend for a week. And so you want to get together, have a cup of coffee, and catch up and see how the relationship has been going or how his work. So you want to catch up.
So you can say this in a very simple way. Let's catch up, or it's been nice to catch up.
That's right. All right, moving on to our next word. This guy, Bill, meets up with Robert Matthews, and they're saying, hey, wow, great to see you. And he answers by saying, likewise.
So it's good to see you. Likewise.
Right.
That means it's good to see you too.
So you don't have to repeat everything that person just said. For example, if I just meet someone new and I say, it's a pleasure to meet you, you can say,
I could say likewise.
likewise.
Because I don't want to say, it's a pleasure to meet you too. That's so many words. So likewise is a very short way to say all of those things.
That's right. So we were finding out about Robert Matthews, and he says that, he is a dedicated bachelor.
So a dedicated bachelor. What is a bachelor, Marco?
So a bachelor is a person who is not married, a person who is single.
A man.
A
A
man.
woman cannot be a bachelor. So a bachelor is specifically a man, and he's not married. And we often have a stereotype. That means we have an idea of what a bachelor lives like.
Right.
You know, he has only beer in his refrigerator, and he has many relationships and no wife. So
That's right. So a dedicated bachelor is a person who is not married and doesn't really seem to want to get married or any of this. He wants to stay single.
exactly.
Okay. And, well, to finish off, this guy Robert lied a little bit to Bill, saying that Frank had passed away.
That's really mean.
Yeah.
But this phrase, to pass away, is very important and something we should talk about. So what does it mean to pass away?
It's another way of saying he died. So
But it's nicer.
Yeah, it's a lot more subtle and nicer. So instead of saying Frank died, you say Frank passed away.
So you could say, last year my grandmother passed away. That's a way of saying that my grandmother died last year. But again, it's a lot nicer way to say.
Right, because the word died can be a little bit too direct and too harsh. So maybe saying my grandmother passed away last year, it's a nicer way of saying it. Okay, so that's all the language takeaway you have. Let's take a look at our dialogue again, and we'll be back.
I hate coming to high school reunions.
It'll be great, honey. We will get to see your old classmates and catch up to see how they've been doing.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, look. There's Robert Matthews. Rob!
Hey, Bill. Wow. Great to see you.
Likewise, it's been a long time. This is my wife, Dorothy.
Pleasure to meet you. So, Bill, how have you been?
Can't complain. We have 2 children who are in college, and my business is going well. How about you?
You know me. I'm a dedicated bachelor. I never married, although I do have a beautiful daughter with Mary. You remember her. We were high school sweethearts. It didn't really work out between us, but I really can't complain either.
That's good. Have you seen Frank? I was hoping he would come tonight.
You didn't hear? Frank passed away last year.
Are you serious?
Nah, I'm just janking your chain. He'll be here soon. I saw him last week. He told me he would show up. All right, let's move on now to 4 key phrases on Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
So the focus of today's Fluency Builder is small talk. These are phrases you can use when you're at a reunion or a dinner, especially with people you don't know very well. So let's jump in and look at this first phrase. Great to see you.
That's right. So he says, hey, Bill, wow, great to see you. So this is a nice little opening phrase saying, wow, I'm really excited to see you. I'm really happy to see you.
Exactly. It means I'm happy. Look at you. Great to see you. You say this at the beginning of a conversation.
That's right. And actually, Bill responded by saying likewise. So we talked about this. He's saying, wow, great to see you too. Then he continues by saying, it's been a long time.
This means that these 2 people, they have not seen each other in a very long time. You can also say, it's been so long, or it's been a long time. That means it's been a long time since we last saw each other.
That's right. So Robert goes on to ask Bill, he says, well, how have you been? How are things? Bill answers by saying, can't complain.
Okay, so this is not grammatically correct. Normally you need a subject.
Right.
I can't complain. But when we're speaking in English and we're having a conversation like this, it's okay to say just can't complain as a phrase. So he's saying, how have you been? Well, I can't complain.
Right.
Or can't complain. That means nothing bad has happened. Things are okay.
Right, you're saying that things are good, they're not fantastic, but they're not bad either, so you can't really complain. So it's just a phrase where very directly you can say, oh, can't complain, everything's great.
So you could even say this about other things, like, I asked John how his job was, and he said, can't complain.
Right.
It means not great, but it's not bad.
Right, exactly right. All right, and obviously we saw how Robert lied to Bill by saying that their good friend Frank had passed away. And he said, are you serious? Nah, I'm just yanking your chain.
Okay, so this might sound very strange to a lot of you because a chain is something that doesn't really seem to fit in this conversation.
Right.
But yanking your chain, remember this as a phrase. It means I'm just joking.
Right.
I'm
just
not serious.
Kidding. I'm lying to you, I guess, right? So, but how can you use this in another context?
Okay, I could say, you know what, Marco, I have something I have to tell you.
And I say, what?
I'm leaving English Pod. I quit.
Are you serious?
No, I'm just yanking your chain.
Okay.
Or, no, I'm just kidding.
Right. So you're kind of teasing someone when you do this, right? Mm-hmm. I'm just yanking your chain. I'm just lying to you. I'm teasing you. I'm making you believe something that isn't true.
Exactly. So this is something you can use after you tell someone that you were just joking. So,
That's right.
I'm just yanking your chain. I'm just joking with you.
That's right. So don't try to translate it directly or literally because it's not going to make sense. So just remember this as a phrasal verb or a phrase in general.
Exactly.
All right, let's listen to our dialogue one last time and we'll be back to talk a little bit more.
I hate coming to high school reunions.
It'll be great, honey. We will get to see your old classmates and catch up to see how they've been doing.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, look. There's Robert Matthews. Rob!
Hey, Bill. Wow. Great to see you.
Likewise, it's been a long time. This is my wife, Dorothy.
Pleasure to meet you. So, Bill, how have you been?
Can't complain. We have 2 children who are in college, and my business is going well. How about you?
You know me. I'm a dedicated bachelor. I never married, although I do have a beautiful daughter with Mary. You remember her. We were high school sweethearts. It didn't really work out between us, but I really can't complain either.
That's good. Have you seen Frank? I was hoping he would come tonight.
You didn't hear? Frank passed away last year.
Are you serious?
Nah, I'm just yanking your chain. He'll be here soon. I saw him last week. He told me he would show up. All right, so we're back and talking about high school reunions. These are very popular in the United States, right?
They are very popular, and I think people often have them every 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Mm-hmm. But most people don't go to the high school reunion until either 10 or 20 years after their high school graduation.
Why is that?
I think at 5 years is very soon. Mm-hmm. 10 years is nice because you haven't seen people, but 20 years is really, I think, shocking because people can be completely different or they could be the same. But it's been, you were 18 when you graduated high school. Mm-hmm. Now you're 38 years old. You have this whole life that you've had. And so I think it's much more interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting, and I guess people go to these things half because they do want to maybe meet up with old friends that they haven't kept in touch with. I think especially this was very popular before the whole internet revolution. Now everyone's in touch on Facebook and emails, and it's just so much easier to keep in touch. But before, you have to remember that, it was basically by telephone or by mail. So actually seeing a person 10 years or catching up with them was very difficult back then.
Yeah, we all see photos and videos now of our classmates,
right.
So it's not quite as surprising when we bump into them later. But I think it is still interesting, though, because at least on my social networking websites, there are a lot of people that I don't have connections to. Mm-hmm. And so I look forward to my high school reunion when I get to see some of these people and kind of find out what they've been doing for the past 10 or 15 years.
It's actually very interesting, I guess, when you see how your classmates have changed, how maybe the one that used to be the nerd or maybe not very attractive all of a sudden is really attractive and has like a supermodel as a wife, or how these things work out.
Or the high school football captain is now kind of sad and, fat.
Bald. So yeah, these are the types of surprises that people look forward to when they go to high school reunions. The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Meet each other. Catch up. Have strong loyalty to someone or something. Dedicated. Also. Likewise. Deceive someone in a friendly or playful way. Yank your chain. The person who you loved in high school. High school sweetheart.
Let's try that faster.
Deceive someone in a friendly or playful way. Yank your chain. Meet each other. Catch up. Also. Likewise. The person who you loved in high school. High school sweetheart. Have strong loyalty to someone or something. Dedicated.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Catch up. Lisa's back from Holland, and we are having lunch today to catch up. Catch up. Hi, Jonas. I haven't seen you in a long time. Do you want to grab a drink after work to catch up? Catch up. I haven't seen my college friends in a while, so the party will be a good time to catch up. Dedicated. He's a dedicated husband and father. He's a real family man. Dedicated. She's a dedicated researcher of marine biology. Dedicated. We need to hire a dedicated translator once we start doing more business with Vietnam. Likewise. I told Edward I'd liked him, but he didn't say likewise. Likewise. My parents want me to get a PhD, and likewise it's my dream to become a doctor. Likewise. I ordered a mocha coffee and a muffin, and Janet did likewise. High school sweetheart. John married his high school sweetheart last year in a small wedding ceremony. High school sweetheart. Laurie stayed with her high school sweetheart all through college. High school sweetheart. Robbie and Vanessa were high school sweethearts, but they've both moved on and started families now. Yank your chain. My Uncle Tommy loves to joke around and yank your chain. Just don't take anything he says too seriously. Yank your chain. I hate it when people yank my chain when I'm trying to be serious. Yank your chain. Chill out, I was just yanking your chain.
In today's story, we'll uncover 5 powerful lessons about managing money. Lessons you might not learn in school but are crucial for achieving financial success. As we dive into Sam's journey, we'll also learn some new words and see how to use them in sentences. This will help us practice English in a fun and easy way. So, stay with us till the end. Once upon a time, in a bustling little town, there lived a 27-year-old man named Sam. One afternoon, he sat on the side of the road, lost in thought. Despite working hard for 5 years, his life hadn't improved. Sam wondered if there was a way to escape poverty and achieve true wealth. As he strolled by a grand mansion, something compelled him to step past the tall iron gate without permission. Little did he know, this daring act would lead him to a life-changing lesson about money. From afar, he saw an elderly man sitting on a garden bench with a cup of coffee in hand. This man was Mr. Hayes, the mansion's owner, a wealthy but humble and generous soul. Sam approached him, politely apologizing. "I'm sorry for entering without permission, Mr. Hayes." Recognizing Sam, Mr. Hayes was surprised by his sudden visit but welcomed him kindly, curious to know why he had come. Sam took a seat beside Mr. Hayes and began, "Sir, I've worked for 5 years, earning a decent wage, yet my life hasn't changed. I don't splurge, but I just can't seem to get ahead. Do you have any advice on how someone like me could become wealthy?" With a warm smile, Mr. Hayes replied, "Anyone can achieve wealth, Sam, including you." He continued, "I'll share 5 principles about money that you won't learn in school. Follow these carefully, and I assure you, you'll find yourself on the path to financial success." Eagerly, Sam listened as Mr. Hayes began. "The first rule," Mr. Hayes said, "is to spend less than you earn. This is the foundation. If you don't master this, you can't move on to the other steps. For example, if you make $5,000 a month, set aside at least $2,000. If it's $3,000, save $1,000. Avoid expenses that exceed your income, whether loans or gambling. Even with a 6-figure salary, without this rule, you'll remain in debt." Sam nodded thoughtfully, absorbing each word. Mr. Hayes took a calm sip of his coffee and continued. "The second rule is to have an emergency fund. Life is unpredictable. Car repairs, a leaky roof, or even layoffs can happen at any time. Without an emergency fund, you're forced to borrow or sell assets at a loss, which restricts your options and adds stress. Think of it as your safety net, protecting your finances when unexpected events arise." Sam nodded again, appreciating the wisdom in this approach. "Let's get to the third lesson, which is investing. Now, people like you might feel unsure about investing in a business or stock since you may not have much knowledge. So, the best investment you can make right now is in yourself." "Curious?" Sam asked. "How, sir?" Mr. Hayes continued, "Take your skill set, whether it's carpentry, plumbing, or customer service. Invest your time, energy, and money into mastering it further. Learn where your boss sources materials or explore ways to market your services better. Use some of your savings to improve your expertise, attend courses, buy tools, or read relevant books." Realizing the value of these words, Sam looked at Mr. Hayes with newfound determination, regretting he hadn't learned this sooner. Mr. Hayes continued with the 4th lesson. "Now that you're gaining skills, it's time to start earning more. Once you've honed your abilities, maybe you'll start your own business and your income will grow. You're no longer paid per hour but earn based on what you produce. The harder you work, the more you earn." The sky was getting darker, yet Sam felt no urge to leave. He was eager to learn the final principle. Mr. Hayes looked at him and said, "And finally, the 5th lesson, create passive income. When you've applied the first 4 principles, you should have extra money. Now, it's time to let your money work for you. You can invest in property, start a rental business, buy a franchise, or research other sources of passive income. Think carefully and choose wisely." "How about it, Sam? Are you ready to take on these lessons?" Mr. Hayes asked, ending the conversation with a gentle smile. Brimming with excitement, Sam replied, "I used to just go to work, save a little, and hope for wealth to come my way. But I now understand that there's a real strategy, and I'm thankful, sir, for the invaluable guidance." Today we learned new words and sentences through this story about wealth and financial wisdom. Remember, learning English can be fun when you practice regularly. So, keep listening, learning, and growing. Make sure to like, comment, and share how this story helped you improve your English. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next story, where we'll continue learning together.
Teach you some words that you would use for planning a bank robbery, but you can apply them to other situations. Hopefully not.
I hope you apply them to other situations.
Hopefully you won't rob a bank. We don't want to be responsible for any crimes you may commit.
Yep.
All right, so why don't we start by looking at some of the vocabulary in Vocabulary Preview.
Vocabulary Preview.
We have one word for you today that you'll hear in the dialogue, and it is filling in.
Filling in.
Filling in.
So to fill in for somebody, right?
Yeah.
That means that you are replacing them.
Yes. So if Marco can't host the show today, maybe Danny will fill in.
Okay, so to take the place of someone.
Exactly.
All right. Okay, so now let's listen to our dialogue. Let's listen to this bank robbery and let's see what happens.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. I've carefully mapped this out, so don't screw it up. Mr. Rabbit, you and Mr. Fox will go into the bank wearing these uniforms. We've managed to get replicas of the one the guards wear for when they pick up the money.
Got it.
No problem, boss.
When you get inside, tell them that you're filling in for Carl and Tom and say that they're on another route today. Don't lose your cool. Just act natural.
What if they want to call and confirm?
You let him.
What?
Don't worry. We have the phones tapped, so the call will be patched through to me, and I'll pretend to be the transport company.
You're so clever, boss.
Okay, shut up. Only take as much money as you can fit in these bags. Don't get greedy. Are you ready? Let's go.
Well, it sounds like a pretty interesting plan.
It does sound like a plan. Do you think it'll work?
I don't know. I guess we'll have to maybe talk a little bit about that later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the language that we saw in Language Takeaway.
Language takeaway.
Okay, we heard 5 really great words in this dialogue that I'd like to look at now in Language Takeaway. So let's go to the first one. Now, we heard the boss say that they got replicas of the uniforms.
Right. Replicas.
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 So this is really easy. Something that's a replica is a copy,
Exactly.
right? So for example, in Las Vegas, there's a replica of the Eiffel Tower of Paris.
Yes. Actually, I lived in a small city where there was also a replica of the Eiffel Tower.
Really?
Yeah, in France. That is kind of weird, you know?
Well, there are a lot of replicas. Even now on the street, maybe you can see replica watches, right? That supposedly are Rolex, but
Yep.
they're not.
Yep.
And many, many other things. So copies.
Yes. Not the real thing.
Not the real thing. All right, so let's take a look at the next word. Tapped.
We have the phones tapped.
We have the phones tapped.
Tapped.
So if you tap someone's phone, you do something to the telephone line so that you can hear their conversations, right?
Right. And actually the police do this sometimes, right?
Right. You see it in movies all the time.
Yeah, yeah. You connect a wire to the phone so you can listen to the conversation.
Exactly. So you tap the telephone line. So in our dialogue, they tapped the bank's phones, right? You know, he said if they make a call, he will patch the call through
Yes.
to him,
Yes.
right?
So patch through.
Patch through.
Yeah, patch a call through.
Patch through. Now, we still use this today.
Yep.
Like if you call an office, right? And you say, oh, can you patch me through to Carol,
Yes.
right?
So can you connect me to another phone line?
Connect me.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Now let's take a look at our next words. Clever.
Yes, the boss is very clever.
The boss is very clever.
All right, so if you're clever, you're
smart.
yeah.
You're really smart.
Yep. Right, simple. So the boss is quite clever, and this is a clever plan.
Clever plan. Exactly. Now, let's take a look at our last word. Don't be greedy.
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 To be greedy is a bad thing.
Right. You want everything.
You want everything for you.
Yes.
You don't share.
Yes. So, like at lunch today, when you had that cake.
And I didn't share.
Yeah.
I was very greedy.
Uh-huh.
Yes. With food, I am greedy.
All right. So these are some great words. And I think, if we listen to the dialogue another time, a little bit more slowly, we'll be able to hear them a little bit better.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. I've carefully mapped this out, so don't screw it up. Mr. Rabbit, you and Mr. Fox will go into the bank wearing these uniforms. We've managed to get replicas of the one the guards wear when they pick up the money.
Got it.
No problem, boss.
When you get inside, tell them that you're filling in for Carl and Tom and say that they're on another route today. Don't lose your cool. Just act natural.
What if they want to call and confirm?
You let him.
What?
Don't worry. We have the phones tapped, so the call will be patched through to me, and I'll pretend to be the transport company.
You're so clever, boss.
Okay, shut up. Only take as much money as you can fit into these bags. Don't get greedy. Are you ready? Let's go.
Okay, so now we understand these words that we talked about in language takeaway. So now let's take a look at some of these great phrases in Fluency Builder.
Fluency builder.
We've got 3 phrases for you here, and these are all phrases you might use when you're planning something. So the first one, mapped out.
I've carefully mapped this out.
Mapped out.
To map out.
So when you map something out, what do?
Well, you literally create a plan. You
Okay.
draw a map of what you're going to do.
So here, is it only for like travel or?
No. It's like, for example, if we're starting a new project in the company, you can map out the project, what you're going to do this month, next month. So it's a plan.
So you draw every step in the plan.
Every step, right?
Okay.
So you said, well, I've mapped out this plan for a new project.
Okay, interesting word. I think we should hear some examples of how it's used.
Hi, are you free to meet this week?
I think so. What day are you thinking?
Maybe Thursday. Does that work?
Thursday could work. What time?
How about the afternoon?
Afternoon is fine. Around what time?
Maybe 2 p.m.?
2 p.m. might be a bit tight for me.
Oh, okay. What time works better?
How about 3 p.m. instead?
Sure, 3 p.m. works. Where should we meet?
Do you have a place in mind?
There's a cafe downtown.
The one near the park.
Yes, that's the one.
It's nice, but it gets noisy.
True. Do you know a quieter spot?
Maybe the library?
Good idea. Should we book a room?
I can do that.
Great. Let me know once it's booked.
Sure. Should we plan an agenda?
Yes. Let's map out a few topics.
Okay. I'll draft some ideas.
Perfect. Send them to me later.
Will do. Anything specific you want included?
Just the main points. Keep it simple.
Got it. I'll keep it short.
Thanks. So, Thursday at 3 p.m. at the library?
Yes. I'll confirm once I book the room.
Sounds good. I'll be ready.
Same here. Let's make it productive.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Me too. Talk soon.
All right, so mapped out. Really, really clear now. Let's take a look at our next word.
All right, so if you've mapped out a plan, you don't want to screw it up.
Right, screw it up.
Screw it up.
Or screw up.
Yep.
So to screw something up means that you made a mistake on something.
Or you did something wrong.
You did it wrong.
Yep.
Okay, so for example, if I'm taking an exam and I make a mistake, I screwed up on the exam.
Exactly. Or for example, here, when we're recording, Marco and I make mistakes a lot. Maybe more me than Marco.
We always screw up.
Yeah.
Exactly. So to make a mistake, it's a really informal word, but very, very common.
Yeah, and you know, it sounds really, really natural when people use this.
All right, so now let's take a look at our last word. Lose your cool.
Lose your cool.
Don't lose your cool.
So what is this, to lose your cool? It's a weird expression.
It's a weird expression. Why don't we just give you an example of a person that loses his or her cool?
What do you mean you're not ready to go? It's time to go. We have to go now. Bonina to! We were supposed to leave! Puñeta, now we're sitting here again and I'm going to wait for you? Boninam!
Okay, so basically you lose your temper. You become irritated.
You lose control of your emotions.
Right.
So Marco, when you lose your cool, is it always that you get angry?
You don't always get angry. Maybe you get irritated or impatient.
Or even nervous?
Nervous.
Yeah.
Right? So basically you're not in control of your emotions.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've looked at a lot of great phrases, a lot of great words. So we can listen to our dialogue now for the third time, and then we'll come back and talk about this bank robbery business.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. I've carefully mapped this out, so don't screw it up. Mr. Rabbit, you and Mr. Fox will go into the bank wearing these uniforms. We've managed to get replicas of the one the guards wear for when they pick up the money.
Got it.
No problem, boss.
When you get inside, tell them that you're filling in for Carl and Tom and say that they're on another route today. Don't lose your cool. Just act natural.
What if they want to call and confirm?
You let him.
What?
Don't worry. We have the phones tapped, so the call will be patched through to me, and I'll pretend to be the transport company.
You're so clever, boss.
Okay, shut up. Only take as much money as you can fit in these bags. Don't get greedy. Are you ready? Let's go.
So there's a lot of movies about bank robberies, but obviously they happen in real life. So this dialogue is actually based on real events, right?
Yeah, this actually happened in real life, and so it's actually a very creative and non-violent way of robbing a bank.
Okay, so what happened?
Basically, this guy went to a bank dressed up as one of those security guards that transport the money from the bank to another safe place.
Mm-hmm.
He had fake credentials or replica credentials.
So fake ID?
Yeah, he had a replica of the uniform.
Wow.
And he walked in, he took all these bags, him and his partner, and they took him to the truck and drove off. And the bank didn't realize that they had been robbed. They thought it was a routine thing. 3 or 4 hours later, the real security guard shows up. They were long gone, and they still can't find them.
Really? So a very clever plan.
Very clever and very effective. I think they stole over $500,000.
Okay, well, guys, don't try this at home.
Don't try this at home, but real life, real English, right?
Exactly.
I can't believe what happened yesterday.
What do you mean?
I totally screwed up at work.
Oh no. What happened?
I sent the wrong file to the client.
That's rough. Did they notice?
Right away, they emailed back, really upset.
How did you respond?
Honestly, I panicked and lost my cool.
Oh no. Did you say something you regret?
I kind of blamed someone else at first.
That's not great. Did you fix it?
Yeah, I owned up to it later.
That's good. How did they take it?
They were still upset but appreciated the honesty.
That's something, at least.
I just hate screwing up like this.
Everyone screws up sometimes. It happens.
I know, but I should have double-checked.
True, but don't beat yourself up too much.
I'll try. Any advice for staying calm?
Take a deep breath before reacting.
Easier said than done, though.
I know, but practice helps.
I guess I need to work on that.
We all do. It's not easy.
I just hope this doesn't happen again.
Learn from it, and you'll be fine.
I'll definitely double-check next time.
Good plan, and don't lose your cool.
I'll try not to. Thanks for listening.
Anytime. You've got this.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
A reproduction or copy of a product.
Replica.
Smart, intelligent.
Clever.
To not control your feelings or emotions.
Lose someone's cool.
Want too much, always wanting more.
Greedy.
Attach a device to a phone line to listen secretly.
Tap.
Connect or communicate over the telephone.
Patch someone through.
Planned, thought of.
Map out.
Mess up, make a mistake, fail.
Screw up. Heist.
An event where the police catch people doing a crime.
Bust.
Criminal who attacks and steals from people who travel.
Bandit.
Illegally entering a house or building to steal.
Burglary.
A planned way of going from one place to another and escaping.
Escape route.
Let's try that faster.
Planned, thought of.
Map out. Heist.
Attach a device to a phone line to listen secretly.
Tap.
Mess up, make a mistake, fail.
Screw up.
Illegally entering a house or building to steal.
Burglary.
An event where the police catch people doing a crime.
Bust.
Criminal who attacks and steals from people who travel.
Bandit.
To not control your feelings or emotions.
Lose someone's cool.
Want too much, always wanting more.
Greedy.
Smart, intelligent.
Clever.
A planned way of going from one place to another and escaping.
Escape route.
A reproduction or copy of a product.
Replica.
Connect or communicate over the telephone.
Patch someone through.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Patch someone through. Bob's not in the office? Can you patch me through to his mobile? Patch someone through. I'll patch you through to his voicemail. Patch someone through. No, I don't want to be patched through. I want to speak to someone now. Map out. So I have the future all mapped out. You'll get a job as a waiter, then we'll get married, and 2 years later, we'll start having kids. Map out. We're mapping out the marketing plan at the meeting. Map out. Okay, I've mapped out our trip, and it should take about 10 hours. Replica. This is a replica of the Ferrari F1. Replica. I built a replica of the building so that you can see what it's going to look like. Replica. I thought it was a Ming vase, but it was only a replica. Norman really lost his cool at the meeting. He started screaming when he saw the sales figures. If you do that one more time, I'm really going to lose my cool. Don't lose your cool and yell at me. Tap. The police caught the drug dealers by tapping their phone line. Tap. Don't say anything on the phone. I think my line might be tapped. Tap. Don't worry about it. The police are not going to tap our phone.
Welcome to today's shadowing practice and tongue twister practice. Listen and repeat after each line. Today, I'm focusing on speaking clearly and confidently, one sentence at a time. I'm training my voice to stay steady, smooth, and relaxed as I speak. I follow each word carefully, matching the rhythm and tone as naturally as possible. I pay attention to the small details because small improvements create big progress. I remind myself that fluency comes from consistency, not perfection. I'm learning to control my breath so my voice sounds calm and controlled. I slow down when needed, giving every word enough space to sound clean. With every repetition, I feel my confidence growing and my speech becoming clearer. I listen closely to the intonation and try to copy it exactly. I let the sounds flow together so my English becomes more natural and connected. I'm learning to speak with intention, purpose, and clarity. I focus on strong beginnings, smooth middles, and clean endings of each sentence. I allow myself to make mistakes, because each mistake teaches me something useful. I try to keep my posture straight so my voice projects better and sounds stronger. I'm building habits that will help me speak more professionally and confidently. I repeat the sentence again, noticing where it feels easier this time. I'm practicing not only the words, but also the emotion behind the message. I'm training myself to sound natural, relaxed, and fluent in real conversations. I take my time, open my mouth more, and let the sounds become clearer. I'm committed to improving my speaking skills every single day. Tongue twisters, pronunciation power training. Repeat slowly, then faster. 30 thirsty thinkers thought thrilling thoughts on Thursday. Crisp, clean cliffs create countless cracking echoes. Sharp sharks swim swiftly through shimmering, shallow shores. 6 slim soldiers silently slipped across the silver sand. The swift ship shifted sharply southward in stormy seas. Friendly, fresh fruit farmers fry flavorful fritters on Fridays. Grace's green grapes grow gracefully in the glowing garden. Busy, buzzing bees built big, bright beehives behind the barn. Clear, cold clouds curled quietly over the coastal cliffs. Shadowing, smooth connected speech practice. Listen and repeat as natural speech. I'm learning to connect my words smoothly so I sound more fluent every day. I listen closely to the flow of the sentence and try to match it exactly. I'm practicing the rise and fall of my voice to sound more natural and expressive. I take each sentence as a chance to improve my clarity and confidence. I repeat the sentence again, noticing where it feels easier this time. Listen and repeat after each line. I'm learning to speak with a calm, steady rhythm that feels natural and confident. I focus on keeping each sentence clear, smooth, and well-balanced. I let the words flow together so my English sounds more connected and fluid. I pay attention to stress and emphasis because they make my speech sound more native. I guide my breath so every sentence has enough power and control. I'm becoming more aware of how each sound feels as it moves through my mouth. I repeat the sentence again, focusing on accuracy and clear pronunciation. I give myself space to learn, space to grow, and space to improve every day. I try to relax my shoulders so my voice comes out smoother and stronger. I listen carefully to the way the sentence rises and falls. I practice speaking with intention, meaning every word I say. I'm learning to trust my voice more with every repetition. I'm slowly removing hesitation and replacing it with confidence. I focus on sounding natural rather than perfect. I try to copy the melody of the sentence as closely as I can. I let my voice flow in one continuous line without sharp breaks. I'm improving my clarity by opening my mouth and shaping each vowel fully. I'm building a speaking habit that becomes stronger every day. I'm transforming practice into progress, step by step. I repeat again, noticing the improvement in my tone and rhythm. Tongue twisters, advanced clarity and speed training. Start slow. Increase speed gradually. 7 silent sailors steered the ship south through stormy seas. Victor's velvet violin vibrated vividly in the vast valley. Tall, thin trees tremble through the thrilling thunderstorm. Fred's fresh flatbread flipped flawlessly on Friday. Sarah silently sorted 6 silver spoons swiftly. Peter proudly painted perfect purple patterns. Wild winds whipped widely while waves washed westward. Grace grabbed green glass gems gently. 10 tiny turtles trotted toward the tall tide. Bright blue birds bring beautiful breezes before breakfast. Shadowing. Smooth conversation flow. Repeat as natural, connected speech. I'm practicing to speak with more flow so my English feels more natural. I train myself to link words together smoothly without pausing too much. I'm learning to control my pace and keep my voice steady and consistent. I listen to the rhythm of each sentence and try to follow it closely. I repeat again, feeling my fluency improve with every attempt.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Something is usual or expected. Norm. The money that a country uses. Currency. The sum of money required to reinstate. Margin deposit. Taking effect rapidly. Drastically. Very quickly. Just a second. Split second. An offer to pay a particular amount of money. Bid.
Let's try that faster.
The sum of money required to reinstate. Margin deposit. Something is usual or expected. Norm. Very quickly. Just a second. Split second. An offer to pay a particular amount of money. Bid. Taking effect rapidly. Drastically. The money that a country uses. Currency.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Norm. What's the norm in this company concerning protocol? Norm. This is the norm, so you'd better get used to it. Norm. Delivery, McDonald's, and street vendors are the norms around here. Currency. Before I went to France, I had to change some of my Canadian currency into euros. Currency. What's the currency in this country? Currency. My country's currency is worth next to nothing in USD. Margin deposit. He decided to start with a margin deposit of GBP 100. Margin deposit. I can't believe that I can trade with USD 1 million deposit when I've only put in a margin deposit of USD 10,000. Margin deposit. One has to be careful with trading using a margin deposit because the risk of losing more money than one has are high. Split second. The gang members were closing in on me fast, so I made a split-second decision to run instead of fight. Split second. My heart pounded as I made a split-second decision and took hold of her hand. Split second. My split-second decision to try a trick on my bicycle in order to impress my friends didn't end well. Bid. The current bid ask for EUR USD is 1.3998-79. Bid. I bought euros at an ask of $1.4235 and sold British pounds at a bid of $1.5001. Bid. The bid for Japanese yen and the ask for Hong Kong dollars are really good right now if you trade in US currency.